Imagine holding a device that does not just respond to your commands, it anticipates them. Imagine a phone that reads your emails, edits your photos, translates languages in real time, and understands your daily habits well enough to become a genuine assistant in your life. That is not science fiction. That is the Samsung Galaxy S25. But here's what almost nobody is talking about. The AI features packed inside this phone are not gimmicks. They're not half-baked experiments buried in a settings menu. They're deeply integrated tools that change how you interact with technology every single day. And in this video, we are going to go through every major AI feature on the Galaxy S25, what it does, how well it actually works, and whether it's worth your attention. By the end, you'll know exactly what this phone is capable of and why it might represent one of the most significant leaps in smartphone intelligence we have ever seen. Stay with us. This is going to be worth every minute. The Samsung Galaxy S25 was officially unveiled at Samsung Unpacked in early 2025, and from the moment it was announced, one word dominated every conversation about it: AI. But what does that actually mean for a real person holding this phone in their hands? For years, AI in smartphones was largely invisible, quietly helping your camera autofocus, suggesting words as you typed, or recommending apps based on your habits. The Galaxy S25 changes the equation entirely. It places artificial intelligence at the absolute center of the experience, not as a feature you have to dig for, but as something present in nearly every moment of use. Powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, one of the most powerful mobile processors ever built, and enhanced by Samsung's own Galaxy AI platform, the S25 is built from the ground up to think alongside you. In this video, we are covering the most important AI features in detail: what they are, how they work in practice, which ones genuinely impressed us, and which ones still have room to grow. Whether you are considering buying this phone, already own one, or simply want to understand where smartphone AI is headed, you are in the right place. Let us start from the beginning. Before we get into the specific features, it is important to understand the foundation that makes all of this possible. The Samsung Galaxy S25 runs on the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, and this chip is not just fast, it is built specifically with AI workloads in mind. It includes a dedicated neural processing unit, or NPU, that can handle billions of AI operations per second directly on your device without sending data to a remote server. Why does that matter? Because it means speed, privacy, and reliability. When the phone processes your voice, your photos, or your text without connecting to the cloud, it works faster, it works when you are offline, and your personal data stays on your device. Samsung pairs this hardware with its Galaxy AI software platform, a suite of tools built on top of the raw processing power of the chip. Some of these features run entirely on-device. Others use a combination of local processing and cloud intelligence for more complex tasks. Samsung is transparent about which is which, marking cloud-based features clearly within the interface. Together, this combination of hardware and software creates a phone that is not just powerful by the numbers, it is intelligent in a way you can actually feel. And that sets the stage for everything we are about to explore. If there is one Galaxy AI feature that has genuinely changed how people use their phones, it is Circle to Search. The concept is beautifully simple. No matter what you are doing on your phone, watching a video, scrolling through social media, reading an article, you press and hold the home button and the entire screen becomes searchable. You draw a circle, a scribble, or simply tap on anything you see, and Google Search instantly identifies it and brings up relevant results. Think about what that means in practice. You see a pair of shoes on someone in a YouTube video. You circle them. In seconds, you know the brand, the model, the price, and where to buy them. You are at a restaurant, and the menu has a dish you have never heard of. You circle the name and instantly know what it is, how it is made, and whether it is worth ordering. You spot a plant in a friend's apartment. You circle it, and you know exactly what species it is. What makes Circle to Search remarkable is not just the technology behind it, it's the seamlessness of the experience. There is no app switching, no copy-pasting, no taking a screenshot and uploading it. You stay exactly where you are in whatever you are doing, and the answer comes to you. Samsung and Google co-developed this feature, and it shows. The accuracy is genuinely impressive. It handles products, landmarks, plants, animals, text in foreign languages, and even complex visual queries with consistency. Is it perfect? Not always. It occasionally struggles with very stylized fonts or images that are heavily cropped, but those edge cases are rare. For day-to-day use, Circle to Search is one of those rare features that earns a place in your daily habits almost immediately. There are over 7,000 languages spoken on Earth, and yet for most of human history, communicating across that divide has required years of study, expensive translators, or awkward workarounds. The Galaxy S25 approaches this problem with Live Translate, and it is one of the most practically powerful features on the entire device. Here is how it works. When you are on a phone call with someone who speaks a different language, the Galaxy S25 can translate the conversation in real time. Both sides hear spoken translations in their own language through the phone, and the translated text appears on screen as a written record of the conversation. It supports over 16 languages out of the box, and, crucially, it works entirely on-device, no internet connection required. That makes it reliable, whether you are in a major city with full signal or a rural area with spotty connectivity. The accuracy is strong for major languages like Spanish, French, German, Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, and more. The translation is not word-for-word robotic. It captures the meaning and flow of natural conversation in a way that feels genuinely useful. Samsung has also extended this capability to text translation. In the messaging app, incoming texts in foreign languages are automatically detected and translated in line, without any extra steps from you. For travelers, for international business, for families spread across the globe, this feature has the potential to meaningfully change how people connect. It is not flawless, and highly nuanced or idiomatic speech can occasionally trip it up, but the experience is remarkable enough to make you genuinely appreciate where we are technologically. Cameras have always been a battleground for flagship smartphones, but the Galaxy S25 is not just competing on hardware, it is competing on intelligence. The S25 ships with a triple camera system, a 50-megapixel primary sensor, a 10-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. These are excellent specifications on their own, but what truly sets this camera apart is what the AI does with the data coming through those lenses. Samsung calls its image processing system the Pro Visual Engine, and it is working continuously behind the scenes every time you point the camera at something. It analyzes the scene in real time, identifying subjects, detecting lighting conditions, recognizing whether you are shooting a landscape, a person, food, a pet, or a document, and it adjusts settings accordingly, all before you press the shutter. The results in low light are particularly striking. The nightography features introduced in previous Galaxy phones have been refined further,
and the S25 pulls detail out of dark environments that would have been noise and blur just 2 generations ago. But the AI camera story does not stop at capture. What happens after you take the photo is just as impressive. Generative Edit, powered by Google's AI capabilities, allows you to move objects within a frame, erase unwanted people or distractions from the background, and even extend the edges of an image beyond what was originally captured. The phone intelligently fills in the gaps using surrounding context, and in most cases, the result looks natural enough to be believable. Object erasure has also been improved. Removing a bystander from a travel photo, eliminating a stray cable from an architectural shot, or cleaning up a cluttered background is now a matter of a few taps. The AI fills in the removed area convincingly, not perfectly every time, but with a consistency that makes it a genuinely practical tool. For the casual photographer, the Galaxy S25 makes great photos almost effortless. For the enthusiast, the Pro mode still gives full manual control. The AI serves both audiences without getting in the way of either.
Think about the last time you had to take notes during a meeting, a lecture, or an important phone call. The pressure of keeping up, the fear of missing something critical, the hours spent afterward trying to organize what you captured. It is a mental tax that most of us pay without even thinking about it. The Galaxy S25 has a direct answer to that problem: Note Assist and Transcript Assist. Note Assist works within Samsung Notes. When you write notes by hand or type them, even in a rough, disorganized stream of thoughts, the AI can instantly reformat them into a clean, structured document. It adds headers, organizes bullet points, summarizes key ideas, and even translates the content into another language if needed. What started as a mess of fragments becomes a coherent, professional-looking set of notes in seconds. Transcript Assist goes even further. You can record any conversation, a meeting, an interview, a voice memo, and the Galaxy S25 will automatically transcribe it. But it doesn't just give you a raw wall of text. It identifies different speakers, timestamps key moments, and generates a concise summary of the most important points discussed. For students, this feature alone could change the experience of attending a lecture. For professionals, it eliminates one of the most time-consuming administrative tasks in a workday. For anyone who has ever come out of an important conversation unsure of what was actually decided, this is a meaningful upgrade. The transcription accuracy is high for English and several other major languages, though background noise and strong accents can still introduce errors. But even with occasional imperfections, the time saved is substantial. Writing is one of the most underestimated challenges of modern digital life. Between emails, messages, social media posts, and professional documents, the average person writes thousands of words every week, and the quality of that writing matters more than we often acknowledge. The Galaxy S25 offers 2 interconnected features designed to make every word count: Chat Assist and Writing Assist. Chat Assist operates within your messaging applications. When you receive a message, it can suggest replies that match the tone and context of the conversation. When you compose a message, it can help you refine what you have written, making it more concise, more formal, more casual, or translating it into another language. It integrates directly into apps like Messages, WhatsApp, and others. Writing Assist is the broader version of this capability. Anywhere you are typing on the Galaxy S25, a Notes app, an email client, or a document, you can access AI-powered writing tools. You can have the AI summarize what you have written, expand a brief idea into a full paragraph, adjust the reading level, or rephrase content in a completely different tone.
What distinguishes these features from simply having a chatbot on your phone is the integration. You do not switch apps, copy and paste, or break your flow. The assistance comes to where you are in the moment you need it. For anyone who communicates professionally, these tools can represent a real and measurable improvement in output. And for those who struggle with writing in a second language, the combination of Writing Assist and Live Translate creates a remarkably powerful toolkit.
Personalization has always been one of Android's core strengths, and the Galaxy S25 takes it to a creative new level with AI-generated wallpapers. Using Samsung's Generative Wallpaper feature, you can describe any scene, mood, or aesthetic you can imagine, and the phone generates a unique, original wallpaper specifically for you, one that has never existed before and belongs entirely to your device. You might ask for a misty mountain range at sunrise, a neon-lit cityscape in the rain, a minimalist, abstract pattern in shades of gold and charcoal. The AI interprets your description and renders it in several visual styles: watercolor, photorealistic, illustration, and more, so you can choose the version that speaks to you. This might sound like a minor feature in the context of everything else we've covered, but it is a meaningful expression of a broader shift: the idea that AI should serve your identity and preferences, not just your productivity. The phone becomes a more personal object when it can express something genuinely unique to the person carrying it. The most invisible AI on the Galaxy S25 might also be the most important: the system that learns how you use your phone and proactively optimizes it for your life. Over time, the Galaxy S25 builds a model of your usage patterns. It learns what apps you use most at what times of day. It understands your battery habits, when you typically charge, how long you are usually away from a charger, what your minimum comfortable battery level is. And it uses this understanding to make decisions that extend battery life and improve performance without you ever having to adjust a setting. For example, if the AI notices that you consistently run low on battery during your evening commute, it will begin throttling background activity and adjusting screen brightness automatically during that window to ensure you arrive with enough charge. If you typically play a demanding game at a certain time, it can pre-warm the processor to reduce the time it takes to reach peak performance. These proactive suggestions extend to app management as well. The phone can identify apps that are draining resources in the background without benefit to you, flag them, and offer to restrict them, all within a clear, understandable interface. This kind of intelligence, the kind that makes the phone feel like it is working for you rather than simply waiting for your commands, is what separates a genuinely smart device from one that merely runs AI features as a list of party tricks. It would be dishonest to cover the Samsung Galaxy S25's AI features without addressing both privacy concerns and real limitations. No technology earns full trust without transparency. On privacy, Samsung has made deliberate choices here. Many of the most sensitive features, Live Translate, Note Assist, and core on-device processing, run entirely locally. Your conversations, your notes, and your photos are not sent to a Samsung server for processing. For cloud-based features, Samsung marks them clearly in the interface, and the company has outlined data policies that give users control over what is shared and how it is used. That said, if personal data privacy is a primary concern for you, it is worth reading those policies carefully. The landscape of AI and data is evolving quickly, and informed consent matters. On limitations, the AI features are impressive, but they are not flawless. Generative photo editing occasionally produces artifacts that look unnatural on close inspection. Live Translate struggles with highly idiomatic speech,
technical jargon, and some regional dialects. Transcript Assist performs best in relatively quiet environments. Background noise is still a meaningful challenge, and some of the writing features, while helpful, can produce suggestions that feel generic if you do not give them specific enough direction. These are limitations worth knowing. They do not diminish the overall achievement, they simply place it in honest context. The Galaxy S25 represents a significant leap, not a finished destination, and that is actually the most exciting thing about it. To appreciate where the Galaxy S25 sits in the broader landscape, it helps to look at context. Apple's iPhone 16 series introduced Apple Intelligence, a suite of AI features that focuses heavily on writing tools, image generation, and Siri improvements. Google's Pixel 9 line brings its own strong AI ecosystem, built deeply into Google's services. Both are serious offerings. What distinguishes the Galaxy S25 is the combination of scope and integration. Circle to Search, Live Translate operating entirely on-device, the depth of camera AI, and the seamless way these features layer together into a cohesive experience, Samsung has assembled a more comprehensive and more polished AI toolkit than any previous Galaxy device, and it competes directly with the best the industry has to offer. For users who live inside Google's ecosystem, the S25 leverages those services better than any other Android phone on the market. For users who want the most capable AI camera, or the most practical translation tool, or the broadest range of productivity features, the S25 makes a genuinely compelling case. It is not the only answer, but it is a very strong one.
The Samsung Galaxy S25 is a phone, but it is also a signal. What Samsung has built here represents a clear direction for where personal technology is heading, toward devices that do not simply wait for our commands, but that observe, learn, adapt, and assist, toward technology that meets us where we are, in the language we speak, in the workflows we live, in the creative visions we hold. We are in the early chapters of a story that will unfold over decades. The AI features on the Galaxy S25 will be refined, expanded, and eventually look modest compared to what comes next. But right now, today, they represent a genuine and meaningful improvement in the quality of the experience of being a smartphone user. The promise of AI has often been overstated in the past. What makes this moment different is that you can hold the evidence in your hand, open an app, take a photo, make a call, and feel it working, not as a demonstration, as a daily reality. That is worth paying attention to. The Samsung Galaxy S25 is the most AI-capable Android smartphone available today, and it earns that title through features that are genuinely useful, thoughtfully integrated, and technically impressive. Circle to Search changes how you find information in the world. Live Translate breaks down language barriers in real conversation. The AI camera makes great photography accessible to everyone. Note Assist and Transcript Assist take the friction out of capturing and organizing ideas. Writing Assist elevates every message you send. And beneath all of it, an intelligent system is quietly learning your habits and working to make your battery last longer and your experience run smoother. None of it is perfect. All of it is meaningful. If you are in the market for a new smartphone and you want to understand where AI stands today, the Galaxy S25 is the clearest answer available. If you found this breakdown helpful, please consider leaving a like. It helps more people find this content. And if you want to stay up to date as the AI smartphone story continues to evolve,
Subscribing means you will be the first to know when we cover the next chapter. We would also love to know what you think. Which of these AI features impressed you most, and which ones do you think still need improvement? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.